Alright, how's everybody doing? I'm sitting in front of this keyboard, and I'm sitting in front of it for a reason. This is kind of a long story, but I'll try to make it short. It starts probably with chord organs, huh? Remember those? If you don't, well, you'll have to look them up. I think they're on YouTube somewhere or other. But when I was a kid, I got to play around with chord organs, and then my mom and Mike, my stepfather, bought me a keyboard, and I played around with that for a while. And I didn't know this, but apparently Mom tells me that a neighbor could have taught me piano. But the thing is, I didn't really want to learn piano at the time, and I still don't necessarily, because I'm not a big fan of piano. I'm not a big fan of the sound. So you might be wondering why I'm sitting in front of this keyboard. This isn't the keyboard they got me for Christmas one year. That I lent it to a friend in college, and somehow it's among the missing now. He might still have it, I don't know. But I haven't talked to him in quite a few years. But this keyboard is pretty cool. So if I want to, this is a keyboard that drives software instruments. So the instruments are in the computer. It doesn't make any noises on its own. So normally on a keyboard, if I wanted to know what was going on, in the old days you'd usually put in numbers or something on those keyboards, I'd have to go, what are the buttons? Somebody would have to tell me. I do know this one. So if I hit this button here, you can hear, as I turn this knob, they are previews of the sounds. So that would help. Otherwise, normally I would have to load a sound. I'd have to pick it and just go, what did I load? I have no idea. So if I hit these two buttons, something magical happens.
Accessibility on.
Oh, it said accessibility on. What does that do? This, by the way, is a Native Instruments Komplete Kontrol keyboard, and Native Instruments has put in accessibility. So, now if I hit this button,
browser, preset, abatement,
and touch this knob, it tells me what I'm doing, and I get the preview. Now, you might, that's an AMD pad, I think. You might not be able to hear the speech because some of these previews are kind of loud. How about these? What do these do? If I touch this, where is the knob? Ah, there it is.
Product, all products.
So I get all products. What if I do that one?
Product, all products. Oh. Vendor, all vendors.
Gave me the wrong knob. Okay, so let's go to that.
Product, all products.
No, product.
All Saints organ.
No, we'll go with this one.
Organ.
All right. Now what if I touch this?
Preset, VPN pad. Color nesting. Drifter pad. SD read organ.
So that, in case you couldn't hear it, said SD read organ. Let's load that. That's my main speech synthesizer telling me it's... Now I have an organ. But, no, I don't know. It's okay. Do these knobs do anything now that I have stuff loaded? Let's see.
Stop slow, Melodia.
So now it's telling me the stop. Oh, shut up, Twitter.
Melodia.
So let's play a key.
Melodia.
And that lowered because if we put it back in, that stop's getting taken out.
Viola.
Actually, let's try turning that up.
Viola. Melodia.
The one thing I haven't figured out yet is which stops all these go to.
Dolce.
So I'm going to turn up all the stops.
Jubilant. Forte.
And now let's hit there's a page button. What if I hit that? What do we got?
Axel. Attack.
Now, you hear it as an attack. So if I change that setting, now it doesn't have that edge. Let's put it back on. And that sounds more like an organ to me, because organs don't usually have a percussive edge unless you're doing like a Hammond or something. This is a reed organ, by the way. This is a sample of a reed organ from the early 1900s, I think. Now I made, this is what's really cool about this keyboard. Not only do you have the accessibility of knowing what patches you're loading, but I can change all of the settings. The knobs are mapped to settings, and they're they are touch sensitive. So normally they do display on this screen. I'm pretty sure if I touch a knob.
Keys.
That's key noise. So I don't know if you can hear the sort of clicky thing, but I can take that away.
F velocity. Pedals.
There's the pedal noise. So I can take that away too. Or
Keys.
what I would do.
Keys. Keys. F velocity. F velocity.
I'd bring that back because I think it makes it sound more live. I'm going to put a link in the video description to somebody playing a real reed organ so you can hear what I'm talking about and the sound I'm going for. So what we're going to do now, this is I'm now learning to play keyboard. That's what I'm working on. This is my new major project. So even though I don't have the keyboard I got years ago, it is not forgotten because it's kind of inspired all this. Be able to play around with the keyboard and get different sounds and stuff. Now the sounds are a lot better because a lot of them are sampled real instruments instead of being kind of computer generated like you get in a lot of like consumer keyboards. But that keyboard with all the different sounds, it was a Yamaha. I don't know what model it was. Is what has me doing keyboard now. So what we're gonna do now, I made a user preset for this, which I still need to change a little bit more. It still doesn't end quite the way I want it.
Browser. User.
I'm gonna load
Read organ 1.
this user preset. Oh, here's stuff. I used to do stuff like this when I was a teenager, by the way. I used to play stuff like that all the time. I play keyboard like a toddler, by the way. So, all right, what we're going to do now, since we have this early turn-of-the-century reed organ loaded, I am in a digital audio workstation, and what I'm going to do is load a MIDI file. Somebody did MIDI files of old piano rolls. They're trying to preserve them because the pianos still work, but the rolls are paper and they're like falling apart and stuff. And there were also apparently reed organ rolls. So let's. Why are you not? Let's insert a media file.
Import file into project. XMTN not selected 1,444 and 2,405. XMTN 1,400. Remote 308 with 274. Creative messenger of 30,417. Wizard of the 30. Max selections 30. Percentages. Travel workshop. Prison title. Top 30. Prison title. Prison title. Prison title. Prison title. There's no place like home. The Vanderbilt Cup. The Sunshine League. The Storm 40,000. The Storm 10,000. The Serenade Mac. The Wizard of this. The Very Little Pop. The Last Hope 10,000. The Jewel 830. The International Conference. The Jewel 830,299.
So a lot of these rolls are from like light operettas and stuff. There's a lot of weird classical stuff in here. This one is called The Jewel of Asia, and I forget what opera it's from. Something supposedly Japanese. It doesn't sound anything remotely like anything Asian, but it's kind of an interesting song. Let's rewind it, and I will hit play, and we can hear this turn-of-the-century reed organ sample that I have made to sound like more of an organ, I think. Play a bit of this song.
Play.
So all the setting stuff I was showing you before, where you could turn the knobs and get the pedal noises and stuff. Actually, let me, just for the fun of it, let me load another instrument.
Preset.
And
Vendor. All
because
vendors.
I feel like some of those
All
presets
products.
were
Product.
kind of
Preset. Read organ 1. Read organ 1.
oh, I'm still in the
Vendor.
users
All
thing,
vendors.
that's why.
Product. All. Factory. Vendor. Sonic Couture. Vendor. Sonic Couture.
Go back to all vendors.
Product. All products.
Go back to all
Preset.
products. Actually,
Product.
let's
Lock space. Hide
pick
keys.
a different product.
Kinetic metal. Contour. Middle East. Monarch.
Let's pick a piano.
Session strings 2. The Giant. TRK01. TRK0. Vintage organs. West Africa. Vintage organs. Unicorda.
Alright, here we have Unicorda.
Preset. Cotton. Basic. Cotton. Caressing the strings. Cotton. Basic.
We're going to do Cotton Basic. This is a piano that, well, I won't tell you too much about it. You can go, it's called Unicorda.
Save project Reaper V6 Windows MX64 Animation License. Game.
Chord with a C, not a CH. This is the other reason I want to play organ, by the way. I suck at velocity sensitivity on piano. But that's not what we're here to talk about.
Tone. Color.
We're not here to talk about my keyboard inadequacies.
Dime dot range. Color. Color. Tone. Color. On slash off. Tone. Dime dot range.
What's this do?
Space. Amount.
Oh, I distorted it. But that's a pretty dramatic change. That's space. That's some reverb like you're in a hall or something, so. So that's a pretty dramatic setting change. And I know I can make that change because I know what the knobs do. Because they built in accessibility. So there's my, this is my new project. I clearly have a lot to learn. I probably have horrible keyboard posture and everything. So some of you who know keyboard, get ready for some questions. And I thought you'd all like to see it and know that even though the keyboards that I remember as a kid, although I do want to try to find a chord organ somewhere, even though they're gone, they have absolutely inspired me, and that is why I'm here with this thing, because I get to make all sorts of cool noises with it. Have a good day, people!